In this installment of the Emotional Authority Exploration, I'll be going into hexagram 37, gate 37, or gene key 37. And that's with the shadow of weakness and the fear that it fuels it, which is that we are one, or most are powerless or unsupported. And there's a dilemma here in this emotional experience, and that you have to logically interpret who's actually going to be one that gives back, to reassure that there's going to be one that's going to support you before you support them. Because you might have experienced in your life where you're constantly of service to your caregivers and authority figures, always being ever attentive to making sure that their needs are met before your own. Unfortunately, if that becomes quite one-sided, there can be a resentment that builds up there, and there can be a sense of cruelty and over-sentimentality over how things should have been, where we linger too much on the one-sided relationships that we were in. And then we essentially attract those same one-sided relationships and the partners that we look forward to engaging with, maybe even in workplace environments, and even maybe dynamics with one's siblings and cousins and so on and so forth. The key thing here is that you listen to the heart in terms of who you feel safe to give to, that you know over time has proven that they are mutually have an agenda to reciprocate in service and graciousness towards you. There's an equality to the relationships that can lead to a tenderness, a grace of tenderness, where both give to each other freely and both accept the receiving of that giving too. And it's important to be someone who's willing to be someone who uses the discernment of the heart to know who that kind of person is before extending grace and service to them. And you do so in small amounts of acts of kindness, and you see how they do it in return. And in the end, you will find those mutually beneficial relationships. So learn the discernment of the heart, and you'll find the right people to engage with. Thank you for watching this video in its entirety, and I hope you find those relationships moving forward. Thank you, and God bless.